All right, guys, for this problem, it says find the critical numbers for f of x, or for the function f of x equals 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x plus 20. Remember from our notes that a critical number occurs when either the derivative is equal to 0 or when the derivative does not exist. But either way you put it, you still have to calculate the derivative. So I'm going to take the derivative of this function. The derivative of f of x would be 12x squared minus 10x minus 8. All right, now here's something that I just want to go ahead and reiterate, is that the function, the derivative does not exist. The main type of function you have to be on the lookout for is the absolute value function. This is not an absolute value function. This is just a polynomial. More specifically, with the derivative, this is a quadratic. If you remember from 10th grade, a quadratic is a degree 2. So it's a parabola, a U-shaped. So this function is not only continuous, but it's also differentiable. So the derivative does exist everywhere. So again, guys, you only time when the derivative does not exist, be on the lookout for absolute value functions. This is not the case. So we're not going to worry about that the derivative does not exist. We're more concerned about where is the derivative 0. So in other words, where is 12x squared minus 10x minus 8 equal to 0? All right, well, right off the bat, I noticed that there is a GCF of 2, so I'm going to factor out a 2, and that'll leave me 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. And then what I want to do is I want to factor this trinomial. So the way I'm going to factor it is I'm going to do it off to the side over here. Multiply the first and the last. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Factors of negative 24 that are going to give me negative 5. Well, that will be negative 8 and positive 3. So I'm going to rewrite this as 6x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 4. I have 4 terms, so I'm going to group them into pairs. And then I'm going to take out my GCF here. My GCF here would be 2x, so that'll leave 3x minus 4. My GCF, when there's no GCF to take out, you can just simply take out a 1, and that'll leave 3x minus 4. You'll know that you did the factoring correct if those two that are in parentheses match up, so that'll become 1. And then whatever's not in parentheses, so in this case the 2x plus 1, that's going to be in another set of parentheses. So my factored form of this trinomial is 3x minus 4 and 2x plus 1, and don't forget that you took out that 2 at the very beginning. Okay, now that you've got it factored completely, we can set each one of these values equal to 0. So I've got 2 is equal to 0, I've got 3x minus 4 is equal to 0, and I have 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. 2 is equal to 0 makes no sense whatsoever, so we can throw that out. 3x minus 4, if I solve this for x, it'll give me a positive 4/3. If I solve this for x, it gives me a negative 1/2. So these two values are my critical numbers. Okay, that is where the derivative is 0. Now I have no idea if it's an extrema. It could be an extrema, it could not be. One way I could tell is I could graph this original function into a graphing calculator and then look at 4/3 and negative 1/2 and see if it might be a max or a min, or it might not be either. Okay, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow.